everybody, welcome back to Skyway Classics YouTube channel. We're now going for a ride in our 1965 Ford Mustang hardtop. Of course, you know the Ford Mustang is a one-of-a-kind American classic car. Going the one we have here featuring a red and black two-tone combination. Some of the interesting things you may see on the vehicle include the hood pins on the front, as well as the rear deck lid, of course, having some STR custom-made wheels to really give it the performance look. Of course, here's a fellow brother Mustang. Let's show him our salute. Sounds pretty good if honestly you know about it. Other than that, keeping it really simple with its exterior. Very nice, of course. Moving on to the inside, featuring a very nice manual. Of course, when you look at it, it may look like a 3-speed, but it's actually, in fact, an upgraded 5-speed manual, really giving it the true hidden gem of the vehicle. But of course, 65 being very unique, having its own year for the cluster, of course. Some aftermarket gauges you may see as the Sun Pro style oil pressure gauge and the tachometer, which is a very nice touch to show what RPMs you are driving at. Keeping it stock though with the very nice old school steering wheel, having the red style bucket seats and rear seat, having a very nice white headliner to really mix it up a little bit, giving it really more, I would like to say maybe even that nice Harley Quinn or Joker style interior to really mash it up a little bit. Even having the old school 2-knob radio to keep it really AM and old school there. But of course, moving on to the engine bay, featuring a very nice small block Ford motor, having headers to really go to that open sound. Of course, some of the upgrades you will see underneath the engine bay include the headers to really let it breathe, but of course, going underneath having the glass packs, or as a lot of people like to call them, cherry bombs, with the side pipe exhaust, you really are getting a good sound out of your vehicle. But of course, like our safety functions, we want to show you the brakes as well, show you the steering. Of course, I am not touching the wheel. The wheels stop perfectly straight. That, of course, shows you that this car is also a driver, not just a resto mod. Some people may have its disagreements on the exterior, but of course, the way you have to see it is not a Tesla. It is a rare old muscle car that just needs a little bit of love like every car. But of course, it is now time to get it turned around and up on the lift. So if you have a moment, folks, stay tuned with us to see the underneath.